just going to sort out one or two other bits, but if you want to just introduce yourself as I'm doing that.
Cool beans. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Nost. As you can see, I'm just about to run Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Spyro 101 20%. Over here I've got Zogoth here as well for being my my couch, technically.
I ran this last year, and I run it currently on PS4, so there's a few differences.
Yeah, there's quite a few differences. There'll be things he'll be learning as much as what you lot might be as well, and you never know, I might learn something that this game might throw at me, so, you know. But anywho, yeah, so basically, yeah, I run a lot of Spyro Reignited 1. I've also do, you know, any percent NBS. I've basically been running this game for a good long time now and trying to rack up those times, and yeah, and just show you nice run. This is a very movement-focused run as well, with a few little tricks towards the end you'll be able to have a little look at. Just to mention as well, again, because I've said about just before we set up that the stream might show, we might get a little bit of tears within the visuals because I'm running this within 50, and we've got a little bit of a graphical problem there, but I'm just going to brave through it. Hopefully we can all brave through it because I don't want to have to get halfway through the game and pause and, you know, go through all that shenanigans all over again. Cool, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm literally ready.
Okay, I'm ready as well.
Cool.
So give me a count in and I'll press start.
Brilliant. I'll go from 5 then, okay?
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Straight into cutscene.
Straight to the cutscene. So yeah, this is 120%. 120% is the completionist category of Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Spyro 1. Again, the routing's very, very similar to the original game. The only main difference is, though, is actually right at the very beginning, instead of going straight to Sunny Flight, we're going to go back to that third. We're going to go firstly straight to Stone Hill. And as you might have seen, I forgot about Nestor. Don't worry, I'll go back to that guy. We'll make sure to go back to him. And also just want to say as well, thank you everyone for getting Spyro that lovely green. I also threw the sunglasses on there because I think, you know, he's in a very cool mood. I'm the purple dragon today, not him, you know.
You don't have any sunglasses. So.
Oh, that's true. Well, I've got the hat. You know, try and get a hat on that guy. Be struggling. So yeah, so with 120%, it's completionist category. You have to collect every single thing within the entire game, which means that dragons, gems, eggs, everything that you have to get through the game to get to the final level, which is Nasty's loot. And obviously when we get there, I'll have a little surprise for you all, because it's a nice little trick that I think it's not really how the game intends you to get through it, but you know, it's quite fun, it's all chill. So there we go, that's our first dragon, Gildas. Again, we skip through all these dragons by, you know, mashing that triangle button. I'm currently running this on a PlayStation 4 controller, but you can play this on keyboard, you can play this on Xbox 360, or 360 controller, Xbox One controller. God, see, it shows that I'm living back in the olden days.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. But yeah, I tell you what, I haven't actually ran this game. I don't know many people who ran this game using the keyboard and mouse.
I don't think I've seen anyone do that.
Yeah, it's very interesting, because with the mouse, you can actually control the camera a lot more, I suppose, sporadically a little bit. Alright, first got this thief coming up here.
Oh, you missed the skip.
I missed the skip, but it's fine. It's better than missing him, because if I missed him, I'll probably spend another 5 seconds having to go around. So basically, with those egg thieves, what you can do is you can jump as you're flaming, and as you are, whenever you're in a jump animation, so whenever you're falling down whatsoever, you can skip the egg animation that comes around. I'll be able to display that a little bit better a little bit later. So that's Aster, and now we've got a few more gems coming up around here.
So the egg animation is one of the difference between the PS4 version and the PC version, so in terms of speedrunning.
Yeah.
Because in the PS4 version, those times don't count, whereas in the PC version, they do.
Yes, that's a really crucial thing as well. So heads up to anyone who's interested in running this game, there are actually 2 leaderboards for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy game. You've got the console leaderboards, that's what Zogoth runs on. Yep. And then you've also got the PC leaderboards, which is what I'm currently running on, and that's you can see I'm currently on right now. Now, with the console leaderboards, they are done by in-game time. In-game time is counted through, obviously, the in-game timer. It includes all things that you're playing in. It doesn't count things like animations, load screens, anything like that. Anything that the game doesn't consider gameplay. Even pause menus and that, which I think's, I've got. You can manipulate pause screens in some way, but that's why I kind of like loadless on PC.
Yeah.
Now, on PC version, with Live Split, there's a plugin that allows you to use the game. Well, no, to basically run the game, not run a game. To run the timer that's automatically loadless. It auto splits as well. It's really, really nice. That was developed by Dino Pony. So shout outs to Dino Pony for that, because you've literally saved the entire PC community on this game for that. So yeah, and with loadless, it counts same as in-game time, essentially, but it focuses more on the RTA, so more on real time, and it does involve things like every animation, every pause menu, everything. It just only takes out the load screen. So things like this right now, it would take out. However, when Spyro will fly in, there will be a certain point where the timer will technically start ticking, and that would be when the load screen will start. And there is actually ways to manipulate that, which is found out quite recently. I won't try it because it's so difficult. I don't even know how to do it yet. We'll get to that soon. So here we go. We're now in Town Square. This is our second level of... See, that's one thing I should mention to you as well. Now, I know I'm running 120, but there is a nice little trick in any percent. Is featured. You still know about the fairy proxy, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still a thing, by the way. It's still a thing in PC version, everything.
So there's the autosave system in this game is tied to these dragons. So once you get them, I don't think you'll ever see one since you move away so fast.
Yeah.
A fairy will come out of the dragon statue and will zap you, indicating that you've autosaved your game. And
Achievement get.
And
getting free achievements to any Steam account that I'm signed into. Heads up.
and that fairy from the first plugin we collected here, as it comes out of the ground, can send you flying miles up in the air. You can reach basically any point of the level, so you jump immediately straight up to this platform, I think it is.
Yeah, to around here, basically, yeah.
Saves, good 10 seconds in the any percent, but unfortunately, it doesn't save any time in 120%.
No, yeah, don't need it at all in 120. We just need to go around, get all these dragons, and follow around the normal route as usual. I should mention as well, Zagoff, because we were mentioning about frame rates as well earlier. That proxy gets ridiculously high the higher frame rate you go. If you're in 60, you can actually get Spyro to get sent straight out of the skybox. It's like insane. Actually, I think it's 144. I know you can definitely do that on, but you can send them completely out of the level, and it's incredible. Have fun with that. If you've got a nice PC and want to do some fairy proxy and get Spyro to fly out the level.
Are you really doing 120% if you skip the skill points? Because you didn't.
Ooh, no, but the thing is, that's not I suppose it is 120% because I'm getting 120% doing the whole game. However, I suppose that one difference though is it's not full completionist for Reignited.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't have anything to do with skill points on the leaderboards, but I guarantee you there's runners out there that will do like skill point percent.
There's probably a category extension somewhere.
Yeah.
All achievements, all skill
And
points.
here's our first flight, I should mention as well, of the game. This is Sunny Flight, which canonically...
Oh, good job.
Yeah, nice. Which canonically you're meant to do third. But because, speedruns...
Yes, because you noticed that it was hidden behind a wall, and you were only told about that wall in...
Wizard Peak.
Yes.
Top of the hill, right towards the vortex, is a dragon called Lucas. He'll tell you the fact there's a hidden bit here, but no, gonna get this done over with right now. Another thing as well with the flight levels, the lower Spyro is, the faster he actually flies. Yeah. So we have to make sure to keep as low as we can without going into the drink.
It's a bit of a risk-reward.
Exactly. And you'll see a little bit later that there's a level called Wild Flight, which is the quickest flight in the game. Let's see if I can get this animation skip. He's practicing this. No, I normally go for animation skip there.
Yeah.
That can save you like, you know, good 4 seconds.
So all that time that Spyro was spent flying up in the
Yeah.
air, if you crash into a wall or something, then that's skipped.
And actually in Sunnyfly, it's probably the hardest one to try and get that
Yeah,
animation
I've
skip
never
in.
got it.
Yeah.
Do you still miss Nestor? He's still up there waiting
Oh,
for
we haven't
you.
got to Nestor yet, but we'll save him to the very end. We'll let him know the
Very end of the game.
well, not the very end of the game. Just a little bit later.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the
Heads up to the stream people as well. The camera looks like it's frozen.
Oh yeah, we're frozen over there.
Stream. Heads up. There we go.
There
Hello.
you go. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, but
Yep.
because PC is run loadless, we don't really know whether this is a good time because
Exactly.
the timers in. real
Exactly. I'm just going this on real time, but that's fine.
time. Absolutely no one times using real time because then loads are different for different people on different
Yeah.
consoles.
Yeah, exactly that.
Very nice.
Yeah. That was really good. I've always struggled with getting that snipe.
I was just trying to go around him and pick him up on the way back.
Okay, so we've had a couple of donations, if I can read
Yep.
them out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we've had, and since Blue Rail, we've had Toasted Cat donate £20. Good luck, Nost. And remember, this is 120, so get all the things.
Yes, will do, mate. Thanks a lot.
We've had Jenshay 2001, £20 saying good luck, Nost. As well
Thanks,
as
Jen.
Later 72 saying good luck, Nost as well.
Hey.
And Jake GT1 has donated £10 and 69 pence saying praise Green Spyro, bring us to our total donation amount of £666 and 89 pence.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember that all of your donations are going towards Special Effect. They are an awesome charity. Please keep them rolling in. They're absolutely amazing to support.
Oh, there's a nice trick where you just mash a jump going up some stairs
Yep.
and you repeatedly hover.
That's bonking up the stairs. Good old little thing, that.
Ah, good job. That jump can be a little tricky. This is not at all intended. Got to do it again. Oh.
That's a shame. Not a problem. Bonk up these stairs, get them round here.
Right, here you need to make sure to exit through the portal because the first boss is, I would say, one of the hardest levels in the game. And to stop you from going to the very first level in the game, they don't let you go until you've exited through one of the portals.
And it's interesting you mention about that boss, because Toasty is... Well, Toasty, the boss himself, is alright. He's sort of quite nice. The level himself, like the level itself, I should say, it's nasty, if you pardon that pun. Because those dogs... Now, you'll see these dogs coming up in a moment. The dogs, now, they're just a pain. Because they have very awkward iframes that will initiate like at moments which they shouldn't really, they're not really intended to. So if I try and flame, you'll see there might be moments where I flame and it won't get hit. Like you'll visually see, oh, like, come on, I clearly flamed that guy. Or maybe I'll miss it, but you know, we'll see.
It's good that they kept that in for the original game.
Oh
So
yeah,
making sure you got the true experience.
dogs.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Toasty. Already giving me the awkward start.
Worse than that, the dogs all take 2 hits.
Yep.
The
There you
first
go.
enemy-
That's a 50 FPS thing. I don't know if you saw that those gems just straight away dropped. That's
Okay.
really, really handy.
So that's why you're running in 50 FPS and getting
Yep.
these slight tearing problems.
Yep.
Oh.
Now,
oh,
another thing I
almost
should
got
mention
it.
as well, I generally like to leave this level with yellow sparks.
This is
Come on,
awful.
someone explain to me how these dogs are not getting hit. I do not know. I'm very tempted to death abuse right now.
I would do it straight after the dragon.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, well, too late now.
Oh.
I'm going to donate to charity for that. I'm donating to that, okay?
How much?
I'm going to throw a tenner to that.
Okay. Right.
Again, Toasty's just an awful level. It's for early game. It's not. It's just these dogs. Thankfully, this is like the only time they're in the game.
Yeah. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
The boss himself, completely unthreatening. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever got hit by him. But the dogs,
Come on! Game! No, I want yellow sparks.
At least you got some. Oh, of course, because you.
You know, very tempted. If I had died again, that would have been another £10. Right, so now this is the reason.
Where you
Now,
go?
generally, I would have exited the vortex,
Yeah.
but I'm deciding to guidebook this time. Do you know? I've just seen the. I've just seen the donation count for that level. That how ironic. That was perfect. Right, so let's get these sheep because I want to get this fodder. Now, the reason I go for this is I like to enter Peacekeepers with yellow sparks. The reason being is there's a little skip that we do to get to Night Flight straight away.
I think it only requires you to get hit once, but you can mess up and get hit 3 times.
I'm just bad at it.
Yeah, same.
It's one of those things as well that when you have a higher frame rate, I kind of get this trying to stand on this like platform bit. Obviously, you're not really meant to intend to stand on it, but on 30, I kind of get it quite alright. But in 60, it's a bit awkward. That's the one thing with PC is like, you know, you can compare between all these different frame rates, get all these different things because the physics of this game is tied to its frame rate.
And sometimes you want high frame rate for your tricks, and sometimes you want low frame rate.
Like, yeah, and also for different runs as well. So, for example, this run, I feel runs best in 50. Any percent balloonist skip runs best in 60 because there's a certain trick that only works in 60.
Very
That
good.
was nice.
Right, second part. I don't think you're going to get... Oh, so close. Right, at least there's some...
It's fine, and the game's just rewarded me there. Thank you, game. A little bit of gratitude goes a long way. And in NBS, I'd like to run that in 30. So, like, yeah, so in all of those categories, like those main categories, within Spyro 1, just, you know, get all those different... I haven't tried NBS in 50, but I want to try it in 50 just to see if it feels any different. I've tried 120 and 50 now.
Right, this flight level has one of the tightest timers in the game
Oh,
because there aren't any cycles in this level, so I think the timers assume you get the cycles pretty badly just so you don't get screwed over by them.
Yeah.
But since there's no cycles here, they give you no extra leeway for that, so could be pretty close.
Shout outs to all the IL speedrunners for the flight levels because honestly, as much as this game's got quite a big speedrunning scene within like the whole game itself, there's a lot of competition as well within the individual levels of the flights, and you know, without them, we wouldn't know how to do the quickest routes.
Because it's really interesting for those because
And
there's
to
so much risk reward.
Yeah,
depending
and to
on how close you go to the ground.
And to anyone who wants to learn speedrunning, either any percent NBS or 120, highly recommend to start the flights because they are very consistent and the mechanics, are same throughout most
Plus,
of them.
you have a timer to look at how good you're doing.
Exactly. Good old in-game timer. It's like the only time that I
Very
think
nice.
it shows. Cool. Oh, sorry, I got an itchy face there. Right, so next up, just one away from 1337. Dang.
I always forget those ones.
Yeah, those are quite elusive, James. Make sure not to forget. Right, so this is one I can get a nice animation skip on. He's a really easy thief to get, which is quite nice.
Yes, if you remember a while back, we had to wait for the egg to spin through the air.
Yeah.
We were winding path all the way to us. But this time, it just went straight to and we carried on. And that came bottom right, opens up this chest. Because this chest, we are not cheating. One day.
Yeah, well, one day, if we have supercharged within, level storage. Let's not bring that up. Do you know about level storage?
I haven't seen it for getting supercharged anywhere.
Well, when you have level storage, I would mention it. Actually, I would mention it, but we'll save that for another run because it's one of those things that you can take from Spyro 2, bring it over to Spyro 1. It makes it a new Game Plus category, essentially.
I hadn't seen that. I'll have to look into that.
So like with level storage, basically it sets up free flight and supercharge that you do in Spyro 2. And then that basically makes it consistent within all of the Spyro games within Reignited. So you can run the whole, run this with supercharge. you're probably thinking, Nost, why aren't you doing this right now? Well, that would then make this category New Game Plus, because you've had to go to a different save to go into it. Right, here we go. Here's Dry Canyon. Dry Canyon's quite nice.
I don't like that they changed this. So it used to be that thing you were launching up there would kill an enemy. They stopped it.
Oh yeah, some of these things have changed quite a bit. There's now, as much as I like to mention that they've made the thieves really, really hard in 120, there's a thief coming up here. I've been practicing down in the practice area for quite a long time, trying to see if I can get this thief nice and perfect. I've been struggling at this one.
I'm fine with this one. It's the Alpine Ridge one that I always struggle with.
Alpine Ridge is the worst. We'll get to that one later, because, again, just... most of 120 is movement. That's most of it. That's most of it. It's just, run, move, move, move. Keep practicing, keep practicing. And a lot of this route is the same as 120 in OG. From now on, I'd say everything's now essentially same or similar to OG until about... I'd say until later, I think.
Can't think.
There may be a few things I do that's a little bit different from OG, but it's fine. Right, here comes the thief. There we go. Nice one. Come on, Spyro dancing. So that's something that I do all the time. When I try, that's a movement fault. That's one of my problems as a speedrunner, is when, playing with the analog sticks, and then you can't get it to go in a specific direction. I have to get Spyro to, like, zoom, 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 zoom. No, still missing it.
Keyboard, then you've got digital movement.
Yeah.
Still haven't got one of those in one go, because if you flame two at once, then you can glide through and pick them up as there.
That's right. I've just realized as well, getting blue sparks at this moment isn't very optimal, but I can still go for yellow sparks.
Yeah, of course, there's no sheep down here.
Nah, like basically there's some firework chests up there, which if, I don't know if you folks might have seen already, with firework chests, if you charge into them, that's the quickest way to get there, to get all the gems, because in Reignited, all of their gems will home. Whereas in OG, it's a little bit different. They don't home in when you charge into them.
So usually with fireworks, you flame them, you wait for them to explode, and then you pick up all the gems.
Yep.
If you charge into them, then not only do they explode immediately, but also all the gems fly directly to you.
Yeah. It's really, really nice. Nice and quick. Just how speedrunners live.
So your health is a resource, because you can use it to save some time.
However, it gets to this point, I'm like, no, I don't want to lose Sparks. So Sparks is still important, as much as sometimes in this game he can be a bit of a daredevil. Like he'll forget to pick up gens sometimes, and I'm just there like, mate, I know.
The one outside Ice Cavern, I've never seen him pick up at all. I always have to.
That one's an awkward one, because that one actually is programmed to be behind like this invisible wall. You have to walk on top of it. We'll get to that one in a bit. So now that was Dry Canyon done. That was our first main level within Peacekeepers. Next we're going into Cliff Town. Cliff Town's what I would call Trick Central, because you've got trick after trick after trick. I'm going to try and see if we can do something quick. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I was trying to do a flying skip there. Now Cliff Town, see this coming up here. Spyro has this flying animation. You go all the way up, and it'll come all the way back down again. That wastes like 7 seconds. If I can get a flying skip, I'll be able to basically close the game and go back into it. Allow the computer just to load back in, and he'll straight away be like in his position rather than having this big long cutscene coming up.
So like, this is the one where it's really worth doing it, even if because it's where it saves the most time. Right.
So with Cliff Town, first trick is coming up here, where we will just go around this building, nice around that. Game doesn't intend you to go that way. You have to come up from the vultures.
Although it is surprisingly easy, given that they don't.
Yeah. The jump and glide mechanics in Reignite is really, really strong. I'm gonna get some fodder here because I like yellow sparks. I have Spyro be green, Sparks be yellow. Thank you.
Oh, is that the? Good job.
Right. So that's another jump. Now we've got what I will call triple threat. Triple threat is trick after trick after trick.
Another unintended jump. So if you notice there, you can have a little hover at the end. And it's just a little bit of kindness where they don't have you bonk at the edge if you're, just close enough.
Yeah. So there we go. That was triple threat. So that was going up and doing that jump. You're not meant to do. You're not intended to do that. But anything to go quick and get some quick 10 gems, we'll go and do it. And then it went down and across to get that firework nice and quick, because then it will destroy a indestructible chest that's just up here.
Again, not intended, but you're able to fire the firework from down there.
You can also do that in the original game as well, which is
I don't
quite
think
nice.
it's intended there either.
I'm going to try some magic stairs now, see if I can make this. Oh,
Good job.
nice. All gems got around here. Now we've got some vultures next after Enzo has been freed. There we go.
Nice little chill glide all the way down, very
Yeah.
slowly.
If we can get rid of that glide, you know, it'd be just so much quicker.
Just run any percent.
Run, yeah. Did I just go really loud then? I thought I just heard myself go really loud. Boing, boing, right into these vultures. Normally it's good to try and set that vulture off. It didn't move though. However, this one I think's
Yeah, I'll come
been set
behind
off.
you.
There we go. Just like that.
Because otherwise you get there and he's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
So you gotta wait for the dragon to...
I don't think I'm going to make that. No, I didn't
Oh,
think
no.
so.
Well,
Didn't
it's-
think so. I felt that. Let's do that again. Come on.
There we go. Pretty fortunate you get that, I think, because sometimes if you do the skips, then you don't get the shortcuts back, because they don't realise you've gone up there.
Free Halvor here, and then we come up right to the end after these two.
It's been a long time since I've watched any dragon cutscenes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish you can just sit. There is probably. See, Magnus and Nestor are the only two that the game tries to stop you from skipping.
Yes.
But you can skip them. If you do a certain thing. Right, here we go. Now time for some double input. Right.
So by holding down the two different left buttons, the analog stick and the directional button,
Yep.
then you turn twice as fast, and that only works on cannons. If it works on the rest of the game, that'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah. And what's even better, if you want to all you folks who want to try this at home, I might even give it a try later because we've got a cannon at where is it? Dreamweavers. On PC version, you can dual sync the inputs from controller and on keyboard to then also do triple input and quadruple input. If you've either got a friend at hand, or if you want to, if you've got piano fingers, or spread your hand across.
See, I never want to do it on the Dreamweavers one, because that's really precise. Trying
Yeah.
to hit them.
Now also, here's a good fun thing as well in Shemp's level. Now
Yeah.
all these enemies, all their gems will automatically home into you, so you just need to, they'll just go and
Oh,
fall off
there
the
he
edge.
goes,
Yeah,
chasing
there he
you off.
goes. Falls into the wall. You think Spyro's got it, gets it hard with bonking. I think those enemies probably get it worse.
I've been hit by that guy trying to go up the thing before. It's really annoying.
Now here we go. This is my favorite boss in the game. This is Dr. Shemp. Now Dr. Shemp, he's a
cool guy.
He's a very cool guy. Trondo's very jealous of him. Well, what can I say? I'm just going to, if I quickly do this. Oh, there we go. Sorry, WASD. I've just flagged your stream for nudity. Whoops. And here we go, one more time. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Did I mention this game's a kid's game?
Oh,
Dearie me. Cartoon, cartoon humor. What can we say? But yeah, thank you, Shen. Thank you for your gems. You've just made this run that little bit more special. Oh,
hey.
I don't know why I was meant to jump for that, but hey ho. So yeah, there goes Shemp. Now, again, Shemp's like an interesting one because, actually, I'll be honest, a lot of these bosses aren't actually that difficult. Again, the bosses aren't difficult. Not saying the levels are anything better. Like, for example, Blowhard, that's the next boss that's coming up. The boss himself, he's generally alright to just get. Oh yeah, here's that one gem. Boop, there we go. So that one gem just before Ice Cavern, Sparks will never get it.
Yeah.
Because the game is programmed like that. That gem's like hidden behind like this.
It's physically inside some weird invisible
Yeah,
geometry.
it's bizarre.
I don't even know why it's there, because you never come into it flying
They
out the
never
level.
fixed it. Of
Yeah.
all the times they've been that patches have come out, they've never gone in and fixed it. Give me a moment. tickly throat. Right, here we go. This is Ice Cavern. This is my favorite level in the game. The reason being is because there's so many routes around going about, running it that are all very optimal. So, like, yeah, like one route's probably a little bit faster than the other, but even if, you miss it, it's still quite alright. It's still just as quick. So, for example, what I'm going to do, there's a route that I do, which is a non-death abuse route. This non-death abuse route basically allows me to carry on going through the game and finish at the key chest, which I'm just about to run past. That's up there. Now, yeah, I'm going to forget about that key chest, but there's a jump I'm going to make, which if I can make it, I will basically can carry on the game while I'll see you waiting for a death animation. This is the jump coming up. This jump now, coming up here. Oh, nice. And here,
if you mess that up, then you can go back into the death abuse route.
yeah,
so
and with the death abuse route, you basically then go straight to the key chest and carry on from that.
do a
and
nice
then,
figure of 8 around that area.
yeah, basically. But now I'll keep carrying on. Round. This is staying on quick route. I'm surprised I actually got that magic stairs there that happened.
Oh,
Whoops.
where's your last save?
Asher, thankfully. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay,
Death abuse route.
death abuse route then. Fine. Whoops. That's fine. Oh, you know what? I'll throw another $5 in for that. This run isn't going shambles. Movement-wise, it's actually, it's going all right, but it's just certain movements. I don't want to forget that one gem there. Yeah, I know about that one. Elusive one gem. Cannot forget you. Because that's the good thing. You still got all these enemies around here that you can get. And all these gems that you still need to get through. And you've got this dragon here. I forgot this guy's name. Andor. Oh.
Oh.
I think projectors are just taking a sleep. Oh, there we go. Welcome back, projector. Right, cool. Now, what I'll do now then, I'm going to have to do magic stairs again, which is a shame.
Oh yeah, forgot to mention.
So yeah, see, this is good. I get to do another trick again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice.
So for that, if you just hold down the jump button, then you'll just go way too far. You've got to tap it very, very lightly
Yeah.
to be able to.
Yeah, you basically have to tap it after every time. In the original, you can just hold it, but I'll be honest, the original's magic stairs is quite a lot harder for that one. All these achievements popping up in the corner. Wow.
Yeah, I can never remember what they're for.
That was triathlon. Right, so, and now I believe my endpoint is, if I get these 2 chests, my endpoint is actually just around there, which reminds me of how I used to run OG, which is quite funny. This is how I used to sort of do the route
Yeah, I
in
think
the
I end up
original.
on here
Oop,
usually.
there we go. Cool, and that is Ice Cavern done. Probably might have lost, like, I don't know,
A minute or something almost.
probably about half a minute.
I suppose if you're transitioning to another route, then it's difficult to say.
Yeah. Not a problem, though. We'll carry on. We'll keep on carrying on. So much here. Oh, there's Magnus. We'll be seeing you again, mate. Right, so now what I do, I'll flame these things. Oh, the RNG today. I don't know why that Nork took a long time to get through that, but that's fine. So Gosnell's he's a bit of an interesting balloonist because he's different from all the other ones.
Yes.
He only has one dialogue box that you have to basically skip through to get to the thing. Sometimes if you mash like X too quickly, it will just press stay here.
You're facing the wrong way.
Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. If you interact with the balloonist at that angle, Spyro will literally just face the wrong
So
way.
be careful here not to charge off the edge of a level.
That's a good point as well, making sure you don't charge off that level. So I have to make sure I turn around on the stick. Come on. There we go. Now, one thing I didn't mention as well within Spyro, I forgot about that mentioning about that quick thief, but that's a quick thief. So within the game in general, to get through Artisans, you need 10 dragons. To get through Peacekeepers, you need 1,200 gems. To get through Magic Crafters, you need 5 eggs. And to get through Beastmakers, you need 50 dragons. And to get through Dreamweavers, you need 6,000 gems.
So right now we could just leave Magic Craft because I think we do have 5 decks, but obviously since you're doing 120%, usually the best way is just do the worlds in one go when you arrive.
Exactly. Exactly that, Zoroff. Right, so there we go. That's the start of Magic Crafters. Again, this is where we start collecting eggs. We do get those, those moments of skipping the thieves there, so we have to make sure to jump down, making sure that as you're getting that jump animation, as you flame the thief straight away, you'll be able to you'll be able to save yourself a good 3 seconds there. Now, Alpine Ridge, notorious level for thieves, because the thief in this level is
the
the
quick kill is
worst.
just very difficult to set
Yeah,
up.
it is the absolute worst. If I can get it, then
Right, so we can get the cycle here, because you have just enough time to get the cycle if you get all the gems from all of these.
hey,
So it's those stairs on your left.
be able to make this fine. There we go.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
Yeah, those stairs can be a bit awkward if you miss their cycle.
But already you're on another cycle, we're down there.
Which is with the wall, which, just to warn anyone who wants to play this game in 60 FPS, you might want to double check that wall, because that wall cycle breaks and just doesn't go down. Oh. I thought I charged that guy, I guess I didn't.
Right, some a room with 3 ranged enemies, pretty nasty.
Yep. This is awful.
Good job handling that.
And I'm on gem count. See, now this is another interesting thing. Now, gem counts aren't really important throughout the level until obviously the very end.
Yeah.
But if you can keep a consistent, keep an eye on your gem count throughout the level,
You'll know if you miss something.
yeah,
and
you'll
you can
know
go-
at that point if you've missed something, and that's generally really, really
and not
handy.
only that, you'll know where you missed it, so you can go back relatively easily to.
Gonna go-
Otherwise, you just spend the entire level just going all the way back through it, trying to work out where it was.
Alright, free Eldred. Carry on. Skipped all these dragons animations. Spyro just wants to get done and get straight to the second game,
Speaking of gem count, that enemy out there,
Oh yeah, so this enemy coming up, his gem will always fly high. It never homes, so you have to keep an eye out for him.
we haven't really mentioned that, but generally if you flame enemies, they'll drop their gem on the ground, but if you charge enemies, their gem will head
Home.
straight towards you. Like that.
It's also the same with when you flame and charge fodder. If you flame the fodder, a butterfly will release, but you have to be close enough
Yeah.
to interact with it. Whereas if you charge it, sparks will automatically just eat the butterfly. Now here we go. This is the hard thief coming up here. Let's make sure I can get it. Nope.
Oh, so now you've got to charge around.
So yeah,
at least
basically-
once, maybe twice.
Now the problem is with this thief, yeah, he only really has 2 windows of capture, which is that first one, sniping him, and then there's this. I can never get that one.
Yeah, I only get it the second time.
Yeah, second time's the only time for it.
Because
So,
more times you chase the thief, he slows down over time, so eventually anyone can.
so with this thief, it's making sure you get him, because if you miss him, 20 seconds of your run's gone, and then you also have to wait for another 5 seconds to skip that. But it's fine, we've got him now. Got through on that. Carrying on as usual, getting Kelvin, getting these
So you can
gems.
do the damage boost here.
I am going to, even though I've got green sparks, which is a bit risky.
So that's green sparks. Well, if you take damage while you have green sparks, sparks vanishes completely, and now you he won't pick up gems for you, and you've got to pick them up all on your own.
I just pulled my headphones.
So it's not just that you're playing dangerous, but you're also playing a bit slower.
Yeah.
But
It is very, there's so much risk to this. That if you,
there's some good places to farm health.
and here
just
comes another thief. There we
Good
go.
job.
And there we go. I can just get that. See, I just got that sheep there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to charge round.
So you said
I
you're
was-
doing 120%, but you're skipping the key to open that chest and cheating to get it open instead.
It's not cheating. It's just, another way of getting to the chest.
How
Pretty
can you
damn
say
quick.
you've really completed the game if you don't have every key.
Oh, but there's another keyless later though, which you have to do a little bit of supercharge manipulation. And speaking of supercharge manipulation and supercharge in general, this is the first level that introduced it. This is High Caves. Now, High Caves is a bit of an interesting level because you've got certain moments and certain enemies that can only be killed with either supercharge or super flame. And there's a certain part of the level within this game. No, sorry, part of the of the level within this that you shouldn't be able to get the supercharge with. But what I'm going to do is try and manipulate supercharge, keep the state going slower to try and get to this section you're not meant to get to with supercharge.
Kind of speedrunner, are you going slowly?
Yeah, going slow to go fast. What is this?
Because supercharge, it doesn't make you invincible. It means you can destroy things. It means you speed up over time. So if you can slow down in order to keep the supercharge, then it's definitely worth it.
It gives you a faster acceleration, which is important. Well, that's fine. I can get sparks just here as well. It's fine.
I was hoping you were going to that cave with all of the lovely gems.
Oh. There's so many different ways of trying to route in this level. I'm going to try and attempt the fairyless route, which is very similar to the original. I've just realized another thing as well. I'm not going to charge that. I would generally charge that, but then I realized green sparks. I don't want to, having to walk over these gems. It's a speed run. I need sparks. And this is probably one of the easiest thieves in the game.
Yeah, you can get this. Because, well, you'll see at the end, but the thief, when you get to the end of this loop, will charge left instead of away from you. So it's very, so
just like that.
Since you're coming at an angle, it's much easier to get that one than any of the others.
Right, here we go. I'm now going to try this for fairyless.
Time to take revenge on those spiders. Yeah, so as you can see, you're slowing further and further down. Very nice.
I should not be able to get up here.
So all these spiders, normally you'd have to get Super Flame from, you'll see a fairy up there. She kisses Spyro on the nose and then he has limited time Super Flame. Still going to get Super Flame to...
just for this last bit here. Especially for that fan chest.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Because that fan chest can be really picky.
This route is more and more confusing to me.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen this one before.
So this is sort of based off of the original, where you do that supercharge at the top, and then you go around, get those chests, and then...
So by jumping off the edge there, you teleport back here.
And then you come back here with that death abuse, and then you can just basically pick up from where you left off, getting these spires along the way, and quickly basically getting back to where you got to.
There's any number of routes in this where you can, for example, at the start of a level, go off in the completely opposite direction and head straight up this hill.
Another awkward thing as well is I might be a little bit off cycle.
You don't have the map on, so I can't point to that.
Yeah.
But this...
Nice. Yeah, that's probably one of the best wizard peaks I've done.
Look at all of those lovely gems. Oh. 60 just there.
Cedric, you're hoarding them all for yourself, man.
This is unintentional. Not meant to... maybe that one is intentional, but the next one definitely isn't, where you glide along this wall. Yeah.
There you go.
So you're meant to have to use the supercharge and jump all the way across here. Wow, so cold. Not even looking at the thief.
Not even looking at the thief to get him. So yeah, basically, there is a thief that's... When I was looking at those fan chests, they were basically over about 10 o'clock direction.
Yeah.
You have to make sure when the fan chest hits the top of them, you have to get Spyro to jump. Now I'm going to do a little bit of supercharge and hold him again. Again, 120's got so much supercharge manipulation. I quite like it. This one here.
Yeah.
Coming up round here. Boom.
You get a nice cycle coming in there. Oh, you don't hold it all the way up into Wizard Peak.
See, I would, but because that 5-gem guy is still there, I
Yeah.
have to go back and get him.
Oh, of course, it's in any percent you hold up.
Yeah, that's the one.
And 100% because you need that 5-gem guy.
In any percent, you basically can charge and then kind of swoop around. It gets really, really nice. And I see the mic first being picked up there.
Hello there.
Hello.
General Kenobi. Right, we've had a £10 donation from Lightson saying, nice ferry-less trick, Nost. Had to throw a donation for that. We've had mean dogs in Toasty and mean thieves too, but in the end, Spyro will prove once and for all that Ganasty Gnorg is ugly.
True words can never be spoken right there. Thank you so much for that, Lightson. Really appreciate that. So this run has faith a little bit. Right. Sometimes I can really make that bit awkward. But nah, we still got it. Still going good. Still a good run.
You are on count, because there's lots of little red gems all the way up there.
Now, these wizards, I think it's the first time we've met these wizards. Now, these wizards are the worst. We see more of them in
all
Blowhard.
ranged enemies are horrible in this game.
Yeah, but those ones are especially bad because their reaction time's really quick and their lightning strikes. Well, thank you, camera. That's another thing. Anything above 30, that camera can kind of snap off rail. Gets a bit of a problem.
The jump thing you do there is another way to slow down your supercharge. By jumping, you don't pick up speed quite as quickly, so you can just about make that turn. Good job.
But yeah, with those wizards, their lightning strikes also they home in on Spyro, whereas in the original they would just go in one translational direction.
I should mention that the intended way to get to that, to this way you turned around the super jump, the intended way is to all the way back at the start of the level. If you remember, you climbed around the outside. You're intended to have to go up all the way there again.
Nice easy Thief again. He's a sneaky one. He's a lazy one. He doesn't run. He just hides.
I was going to say that's last thief in the game because you got the achievement, but no, you get the achievement for getting all but one thief for some reason.
Well, there's one more. I think it's specifically for that guy though that you get that achievement for. There is one more thief, and then all the thieves are got. I mean, all the eggs are got. It might even pop up on the screen saying all eggs collected.
I think it does, yeah. There are more thieves though. They later levels have thieves with gems instead of thieves with eggs.
And also keys. We'll get to that later. Right. So now this is something that I do. I like to this is a trick called Lucas Hill Supercharge. This is something I'm borrowing from any %, which allows you to hold Supercharge going up the entire hill while also collecting gems along the way. Let's give it a go.
There you are, there's that important red gem. So there used to be a bug where that red gem wouldn't spawn, so you'd have to... I don't think you had to exit the level. Good job on Lucas Hill, by the way.
I was spot on. And this is why we're finishing around here, because then we've got all of these guys to finish off. I've missed the 5 gem. Where are you, 5 gem?
No.
Well, at least it's just around the corner. Well, there we go. That's Wizard Peak done. Now, Wizard Peak is quite an interesting level because there are many ways to get it that little bit quicker. It's a lot more interesting in MBS because of, in any % because of that. And now we're going to our third flight. Yeah, third flight. Crystal Flight. Crystal Flight's interesting because the first thing you do, and also I'm not going to get bored.
Can't believe you skipped the dragon.
I know, but what's more important? Getting it straight away, getting Spyro to walk back and then go to the portal, or for Spyro to automatically just fly into it as he comes out?
You'll all see at the end of this level. Also, this is a very interesting flight because there's things flying at you straight as you enter, and you want to get those as quickly as possible.
But what we do, nope, I go straight down. Yeah. Straight down and get these planes. Now that's another thing, charging and bonking on any of the walls within the flights actually allows you to turn really, really sharply.
So otherwise, if you look at how he's turning normally, it's nowhere near as sharp as that, but you can basically choose any direction. I don't think you can go directly behind you from charge, but you can...
You probably could, nearly. You sort of have to turn a little bit. Ooh, that was tight.
We have another donation.
Yep, go ahead.
We have £5 from Jojo the P saying, "Yo, Nost, can you maybe hurry up a bit, Kappa?" Rude.
What cheek?
No. Thank you very much for your donation.
Nah, Jojo's one of my mods, bless his heart. Thank you so much, Jojo. You cheeky little fella. Right, there we go. All the P's. And I tried pressing quit, but the game didn't want me to. Well, so I'm going to quit through this then. Thanks, game. Thanks.
It's probably the worst one since it's in a flight, so you have to go through more screens.
Yeah. Just a little bit more real time. Next time I'll have to click in the game, go tap down on a keyboard. Anyway, there's that Boulder automatic free. That's like a free dragon free for there. I would say dragon skip, but no, that's an OG thing. Reignited is not as cool to have that.
Oh yes, I forgot. So in the original, if you glide through the Crystal Flight portal from the back...
Maybe if I'm back for WASD next year, I'll be able to show off the original.
If you glide through from the back, then you hit the dragon as the level finishes loading.
It's a camera manipulation, though. You have to make sure the camera is like 90 degrees to when you enter in on that portal, and then you kind of, the game sort of gets confused, loads you into the next level while also at the same time freeing the dragon without loading the cutscene.
So then when you come out, the dragon's already free and it's already added to your counter.
Yep, that's exactly how it's done. So, Blowhard. This is a level of very important cycles as well, and actually a lot of quick gems. Again, boss himself's fine, but these wizards are a bit of a pain, because if I get hit by them, it can really throw me off.
It's probably one of the densest levels for gems in the whole game.
Definitely.
I mean, in MBS, you pick up every single gem. Now, actually,
Well,
you skip some, but you pick, 390 out of 400 or something.
Yeah, it's very, very close.
I always do the dragon after those chests.
Muscle memory. I blame my hands. I allow them to do their own thing. Cool.
It's possible you're right, but I've just got the...
Now people will look at me and be like, Nost, what are you doing? Flaming that chest, you could have charged it. Well, I'm currently in debate to myself thinking, do I... That was tight. Do I get Sparks to pick up those gems that Blowhard get? Or do I just walk over? Because you can walk over them and it is just as quick, but I think with Sparks it does make that tiny bit quicker. Really, really essential.
And of course it means that you'll have more health coming in here.
Yeah. And obviously you get that free health there. You also get another 3 health
I think
at the start of Beastmaker.
Yeah, I think it depends which route you do for the start of Beastmaker, because again it's another one where there's a few differences.
Yeah, in any percent you have to do that like jump around, enter the back of the portal. But for 120 you have to like straight away go for the Norks that are at the the zap plates. But yeah, this is Beastmakers. We now have to make sure we get 50 drags at this point, which I think will get it Cletus, which is a little bit later. But that's not a problem because we need to get all the dragons with this game. See, that's the free one there.
Ah, I see. Oh, yeah.
I tried doing a manipulation there, it didn't really make it. With some of these zap flames, you can, even though they're done by cycles, if you jump and flame at the same time, while also like getting that flame to hit the Nork, while that plane is zapped, Spyro does not get hit by it at all. It's really, really cool manipulation. I try to do it at times, but not all the time.
I just get hit.
Just get hit. Yeah, if I fail the cycle in Terrace Village, you'll see me get hit a few times. Yeah. But that's because Terrace Village is another one of those levels where cycles are really important. Yeah. Definitely. Cool. Now we can also get some free fodder here, and the game's being nice to me, even though I kind of wish that happened at a different time. Right, so now we just get more of these gems, literally charging around.
Good job getting both in one go.
Now what I do is I generally get that guy to get this gem dropped, and then I go back for that gem because...
I always try to get this guy as quickly as possible to avoid him shooting me, so...
Yeah, for them, make sure that you're kind of going for them from the top, because you get the height allows you to miss their zap.
Yeah. I mean, there's just... Even around here, there are multiple routes, depending on which...
Yeah.
Although they're really tiny changes.
Yeah. And there's Claude, he's our first dragon of the lot. That's Claude's chicken, who he just decides, no, Spyro, I want you to take my fodder.
Another nice skip here.
Hey.
Yeah. So you meant to glide here from the end of the level, I think.
Yeah, you are.
So that's miles away. This allows you to get up here and actually solve these fireworks early, which means that you get to clear the area down, all the areas down there. You get to clear out the firework chests and the normal gems at the same time, rather than having to do it in 2 trips.
I think I may... Oh no, that's ruined the cycle. Okay, maybe not. I thought I ruined that cycle there.
Again, more free health.
Yep. However, this one's a little bit intrusive because there's loads of gems around here, and you know, getting that health to be around there.
If you do that area clockwise instead of counterclockwise, like you do it, then you have it's not as intrusive.
Yeah. That's why in whoa, camera spin. That's why in NBS, what I like to do, I like to kind of try and avoid that fodder go as wide as you can, because all the 5 gems and 2 gems are at the edge, whereas all the 1 gems are closer to the fodder. So I might as well try and go around for that.
Doesn't mean, in that the numbers on the gems actually matter, whereas in this,
every gem matters. Even the ones that may get clipped out of bounds, which is probably, to anyone who runs this on PlayStation 4 or Xbox, be careful with that. Especially in Metalhead, there's a gem which if you ignore because of an enemy, it will get hit, it will hit out of bounds, and you just can't do anything about it. You have to restart the round.
Not
Hey,
very good, Aaron.
Nice!
Lots
And
of
that was
horrible
terrorist
ranged enemies, but you dealt with very good.
Yeah. Cool, so that's that one done. Now we're heading to probably the worst flight in the game. So you know I mentioned about Wild Flight earlier? This is where we get to see its awfulness in action, because it's nice and tight. That was a little bit of manipulation there because of invincibility. When Spyro gets hit, he gets a little brief moment of invincibility. That's why I kind of had to get that chest there. Right, and there's also another gem here. It's really elusive. He doesn't get picked up by Spyro sometimes. Hey, that's
And
nice
you now
chest.
have enough gems to get to the final level. And soon you'll have enough dragons to get to the final level. So you're done, right?
Was this any percent or 120%? It says 120% over here, right?
Okay, I guess you can.
Right, anywho. So Wild Flight. This is the quickest flight in the game. You could probably get it done within sub 50, which is really, really quick for for 300 gems immediately. However, as you may notice, this water is very, very high, and I have to go really, really close to it to stay nice and quick. There's also moments where shrapnel from these archways may get in the way, and by doing that, it could interrupt the cycle, because there's a plane cycle later that if I'm on time to, can manage to get a 50. Now, generally, that's where a archway would hiccup, but everything's going right so far.
I have had archways push me forward in the level before as well. I'm really concerned that one day someone is going to do that in a IL, and then the flight records will be gone forever.
That's already a thing for Sunny Flight. Somebody, if you look at the world record for Sunny Flight, someone uses a shrapnel from an archway to essentially do a momentum boost, which is really impressive, actually. I think it's extremely impressive. There you go, 48-1.
Good job.
Shout outs to my friend Sable Dragon Rook. She has world record in Wild Flight, and I think that's her route. I try and go by there. I see we've got a higher account, and the mic gets picked up. Go ahead.
We have
timing.
a donation.
Yeah, perfect timing.
We have £13.20 from Erin. Thank you very much, Erin.
Hey, thank you, Aaron.
Hello, Aaron. If it's the Aaron I'm thinking of.
Could be any Aaron. It's the interwebs, you know.
Yep, just Erin.
Aaron. Welcome. Thank you for the donor. Right, here we are, Misty Bog. Now, this one's a run killer. This level is potential run killer. Actually, no, it'll probably be fine. Let's just say it's notorious for really awful enemies and just absolute pain from both pain tiers, from both OG and Reignited. Now, I'd say Reignited's a little bit nicer because these frogs, you can kind of flame them from a faraway distance, but they can still get you if you're not quick enough.
Once again, ranged enemies are the bane of this game.
They are.
I think that Reignited did make the frogs a bit nicer, but I think it made the one of these daggers. I think those are even worse than the original.
Yeah, no, yeah, their range is. Oh, I've never done that before. That was so tight. Yeah, these guys, if they hit really hard.
I mean, they still do one health of damage, but they're very quick and they're
very responsive. Yeah, they're very responsive. Getting hit by them will slow down, and later on,
these trees are they don't hit you a lot, but when they do, they sit there, they chew you for a little while, and then they spit you out miles back. It's just such a huge waste of time. every enemy on this level is horrible in one way or another.
Yeah, and that is the bane of Misty Bog. It's just worst enemies in the game, but intentionally the worst enemies.
Yeah.
Like,
They can't have done this by accident, surely not.
I'm surprised they didn't get hit there.
No, it's fine.
See, there's a reason why Stuart Copeland made the motif of this level the same as the end credits, because it's literally telling the player, I'm sorry, but this is the end. You know, this is the end for... I'm not saying this is where Stuart Copeland rage quit. Imagine if it was. So yeah, heads up, Stuart Copeland, by the way, is the drummer for The Police, who actually did the composition for the original soundtrack for this game. And this was, I believe, rearranged. I forgot who it is. Someone in chat probably be able to shout out who the arranger is.
Oh, you don't go around that.
I would do, but I'm too much of a wuss. I'll be honest.
I wouldn't do it in a marathon either.
So here is
Right.
Roscoe. Now, coming up to this last bit is the...
Going into the last room with blue sparks.
Ooh. Well, blue sparks is alright. If it was green sparks, I'd be crying. I'd need that chicken. Thank you, Sparks.
So, you remember what you said with the two worst enemies in the game?
They're all compacted into here.
I think there's... Is it 12 total in here? Something like that. There they are. Oh, dear.
Oh! Right,
okay.
no sparks, but
It's now struggle just to get through.
Whoa, there we go.
I think you
Nice.
missed one.
I've missed a 5 gem. But at least...
Good job.
At least didn't get a death. If they got a death there, that would be another £5 out of my pocket. There we go.
Good job.
Now, the problem is we don't have sparks at this point. But what we'll do because of that is there is a fodder, which is just at the other side of the red
Treetops,
gems, which is just behind treetops.
Yeah, I think
so
that's
we
the
don't
best choice there.
Yeah. Just means I have to walk over a lot of these gems now, but that's fine because a lot of this is just within path.
I'd be fine going into treetops with green, but with like none at all. Because there's a death abuse relatively early in the next level, so you don't need that much health, because you're going to get your health put back
Yeah,
up.
that's exactly it there. It's also nice as well, the treetops is also the one level which you can get a lot of free lives from.
Yeah.
In Reignited, it's not a crucial thing because we don't do a lot of death abuses. However, in the original, because you can do a lot of death abuses, getting those free lives can be really, really important, especially within this level, because I think you can death abuse, I think it's once. It's definitely once. Now, you know all of those any % tricks?
Yep.
They're also here in 120. Oh boy, time to do some revisiting. I'll let Zogoff go and explain this when the time comes. Do you also know about keyless?
Yes, I do know about
Right,
keyless.
okay.
I don't do it, but I do know it.
Well, I'm gonna do it because it's also one of those things I like to do in 120, just because borrowing from any %.
Right, so you do pick up the key, but it's still
You can
keyless.
pick up the key, but you're not gonna need the key.
Yeah, the thing is, because the key, it doesn't take any time to pick up the key, and also it's a good backup stuff in case you mess up.
It just wastes like 3 to 4 seconds of animation.
Right. So the intention to do this big jump that you're about. Actually, do you do it now or later?
Do it later.
Okay.
So we do. What I do is
This bit is all intended.
I get these gems here, charge up around here, get these 2 fan chests because I don't want to have to flame those. Get these 2 here, carry up around. Now I will do death abuse in a moment, but that's intended because then it will be able to it's basically a death walk back to Lyle, the dragon I just freed.
So yeah, you mentioned there's a whole load of lives here. There's one here. There's one on the previous platforms.
Ooh,
Oh no!
that's a $5 out of my pocket. That is another.
It's the worst place to have it as well.
Yeah, but it's all for good cause, I'll
So I don't know if you didn't notice, you pick up the gem from that last enemy. So,
I'm just gonna quickly get back to him.
and another death abuse. How much life?
That didn't happen, okay, folks? You saw nothing. We saw nothing, right? Did anyone
Right.
see anything? We saw nothing.
Here
We
we
saw
go.
nothing.
Saw
So the
nothing.
intention is that you charge all the way down there, up some platforms, down some others, but instead you just turn the corner, and then you are straight there.
Straight to Jed.
I don't like there's a dragon here, because if there wasn't a dragon here, you could death abuse back.
Well, there's a reason Spyro says he could have found an easier spot to get stuck on, There is a reason.
I wonder, in any percent, if it's worth skipping that dragon to get a death abuse.
Well, if you... I don't know. It depends if you want to reroute it that way. Right, here comes Keyless.
So again, slowing down your supercharge. There we go, so that chest there.
Sparks, hello.
Definitely cheating, definitely not allowed.
Now, I've had a few people say to me, Nost, why are you doing Keyless if there's that big monkey guy that you're meant to go for? And I'm just like, well...
I think it's still faster.
It's sort of, I don't know.
But more important than faster, it's cooler.
Yes, swag points. Spyro's wearing the shades, not me. He thinks it's cool.
Right, again, another... This one is really weird. So you need to jump off this platform and then back on.
Well,
Good save.
yeah. I've been trying this. This is
Right,
actually...
this one is really weird. You need to jump off this platform and then back onto
There
it
we go.
to get enough distance to be able to make that jump.
See, now shout outs to Stonot. The reason I say that is because Stonot had found a sort of trick in the original that if that was never found, I don't think we'd be ever wanting to think about doing a sort of trick like that before. Because he's the one who's kind of come from that. Right, there we go. That is Treetops done. I may have butchered it a little bit, but you know, it's fine.
You're always going to
All
have one level like that.
Yeah, all for charity. It's all good. Right, and now we got Metalhead. Now, I'd say he's my second favorite boss because, as much as Shemp thinks he's cool, I think Metalhead's got a bit of cool factor about him. The only problem is, though, he's the only boss that you don't really kill him.
No, he just runs out of energy
Yeah.
and falls over.
So your enemies, or the boss itself, is the pylons. Now the pylons are all based on, the electric pylons are based on cycles. Now, generally first phase can be a bit random. Second phase you can manipulate.
Because I'm guessing second phase, the cycles start when you clear first phase.
Basically, yeah. When you clear first phase and Metalhead gets in this position, all of the pylons basically zap him to basically, it's like an initiating phase in a way. And then after that, they all go green, and then you can basically aim to get Spyro to get all of those in time for that. Nice jump. I struggle with that jump.
So the first phase, well, you'll see it I'll mention when we get there. It's pretty random, and it's about how quickly you can adapt.
Yeah. Also, it's a bit annoying sometimes as well when you can get Metalhead to throw the enemies, like those monkey things, monkey.
So those enemies, of course, they're enemies. They have gems in, and so they fly to the end of a level, and then their gems pop out all the way over there, and you've got to
have to run back and get them. That's why, right at the beginning of the second phase, you can attempt to manipulate Metalhead so he doesn't throw an enemy, but instead fires lasers at the pylon. If he does that, that can save you time by not having to run to get the enemies that he throws, which is really handy. Right,
and also, he destroys a pylon for you, so he can destroy pylons himself. I wonder if you could defeat... Oh, so close.
That was like final frame, I swear. Thank you,
good
Metalhead.
job.
You've just saved me time there. Shout outs to Metalhead. See,
so because he was in the process of throwing an enemy, when you finished the first phase, the enemy got killed in midair, and you got the gem.
See, this is why he's a cool boss, because sadly he's not really that smart enough to know what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
So he kind of helps you out of it. Right, here comes the minute. There we go.
Good job. So hopefully you'll be able to get all of these before he throws an enemy and before he... Oh well.
That's fine. To be fair, he's just there. At least it ain't like right at the very back of the level.
Yeah, because if he'd let the enemy go, then it would be all the way behind him and he'd have to charge back to get it.
Yeah.
Or if you're not paying attention and didn't see where he threw it, then you're searching all the way around the outside.
Right. And then we are now heading to get these last few gens, which would have been all the enemies the Metalhead would have thrown, but because we've done it so quick, don't need to worry about any of those. And now we're heading to the very last bit.
And you got an achievement for it.
Achievement get. Someone tell Sam McCoy I'm getting all these achievements for him for free.
Of course, that's what WASD is really for. Well, it wasn't about Sam getting, it's about Sam getting all the achievements.
Getting all
on
these
his
achievements for
accounts.
free, yeah. Right, so this is the one time sort of, having a key is quite important. Because there's no other way to destroy this chest. And that would be the last lot of gems. Hopefully I've got all 300 leaving.
There's a few on the way to...
Yeah, just at the very end. It's that one gem
last.
there. There we go, nice. And there we are, that is Beastmaker's done. Everything is being collected until this point. So now Dreamweavers, we need 6,000 gems. If this was any percent, I could literally go straight to the end right now. However, we still need everything. So to carry on getting everything, first level we're going to go for is Haunted Towers. And with Haunted Towers, there is also another supercharged manipulation you can do. It's not anything that allows you to hold the wall, but you can just jump and then do a nice sharp turn. It allows you to kind of completely skip certain sections of the level.
Have I got a second to plug something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, a wonderful thing that has happened is that every single remaining donation incentive challenge has been met, which is fantastic.
Oh, that's amazing.
In fact, someone sat in the audience ready and waiting in part of their fursuit for their run-off soonish. I can't remember quite when it is.
Hey, I see him.
Okay, yeah.
But also, we still have it's a poll on Tiltify, which is how we've set it up. But essentially, we've got a race to see which in-game language Fury will be in. We have the options of Japanese and French, and obviously default is the English. So if you want to see one of those languages being run in specifics, when you're donating via Tiltify, just select which one you want in the poll, and the money will go towards it.
Can I vote for both?
French is winning, by the way.
Ooh.
It's £366.69. Nice.
Oh, oui,
French
très bien.
to £122.40 for Japanese.
I only know a tiny bit of French. Tiny bit of both French and Japanese. But I would love to see both of that. Keep getting those donations in, everyone. Thank you so much so far. And also, can I mention, because you mentioned about the whole fursuit thing, that's Foe over there, and who's over there in the background. If it weren't for him if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. He had to drive me all the way here, bless his heart.
Were you saying he'd saved your life or something?
Yeah, well, no. Well, he's been teaching me some of his Sonic 1 tricks recently, so, I've been teaching him any percent as well. Here we go, here's that supercharge. Hey, nice. So that's basically skipped a whole section of supercharge that the game intends for you to do.
Yeah, you're meant to go through a whole maze of,
Yeah.
metal doors. Right, are you going to get the... Ooh.
Don't worry, I'll get this guy in time. I'll say it and then it probably won't. Ah, there we go.
So if you don't get there in time, that last suit will be blocking your path and you'll have to go all the way back to the bottom to reset them. And now, because of that Christmas fairy, Spyro has a super flame for the rest of the level.
Which, for these nights is the most optimal thing to do.
Yeah. Because obviously you can get super flame from various other sources and use that to kill the knights, but then you're walking back and forth.
Yeah,
to the
then
various
it's all timed from them. This is permanent. See, this is the funny thing with Spyro. He seems to... I reckon he has a bias towards orange dresses. Maybe next time I should wear an orange costume instead of a purple one or something. He just likes he likes fairies with orange dresses. It's just...
Yeah, I never know whether you're meant to charge those or flame them.
Sort of a bit of both. I like to combine it a bit. Just making sure you at least get 208 or 209 gems around there.
Yeah, I know all the numbers.
Yeah, that's the good thing about that gem count.
Actually, I know different numbers than you because I don't do the trick where you spin around in midair. I do it properly.
Right. There we go. That's fine. 253.
usually for all of these, you'd have to be... I don't remember which fairy you need to get that chest.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's next to Latalo. The one, the Nork.
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, this actually feels like a better run than I would do ever on my channel.
It's a shame we don't have a proper timer going.
Yeah, this could be PB, you know. Let's just believe it's a PB. It feels like a PB.
One of my later runs is in-game time, which means I have to, I can work it out, but I have to do a lot of maths, adding up all the in-game times from every single level.
Well, you can just press the guidebook at the very end. If you'd done it in a marathon, that would be done.
One of the runs later, I'm doing later in the marathon, where a different game.
Oh, right, at different times. Ah, right, I see. Oh, we have now disappeared on the camera.
Yep. Oh, here's another place where you use the guidebook instead of normal extra level, so it sends you back to the start. Otherwise, you'd have to. There's a whole chain of the whirlwinds that send you back to the start of the level.
And here is Dark Passage. Now, Dark Passage is also like one of those levels. It's sort of like Misty Bog, where the enemies are quite nasty. Again, if you pardon the pun.
Right. Are you going to go for the hard cycle on the first enemy?
Half cycle.
Where you kill the first enemy without flaming the fool? Or is
no, I'm going to flame the fool.
Okay.
I risk him all the time. That's generally how I go about it.
So the enemies here, when they're in the light, they're small and lovely, and you're able to kill them. And when they're in the dark, they become enormous and a lot more dangerous.
And also, these cupids coming up here, you can charge them, which in the original... Actually, again, that's the thing with the original. You have separate versions. You have PAL and NTSC. Whereas in this, it's all just one universal version. How I made him, I have no idea.
So the small metal enemies. We haven't mentioned the difference between metal and...
Oh yeah, that's the thing. So with the metal ones, you cannot flame them. If there's any sign of metal, it means, nope, you are not allowed to flame. You have to charge them. I'm going to go back for that guy later. Normally I would go straight for him and charge down, but I'm going to go for him later.
Do I have a second to plug something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, for people that are more interested about future WASD events, so WASD is yearly. So the next WASD event will in fact be in 2021, about sometime this time next year. Not quite decided yet. Please follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is Warwick Speedrun, all one word. You should be able to find us there. And just drop us a follow. We'd love to tell you about our next event, the latest and greatest info about it, and so forth.
You spent all that time getting the
I know.
cow.
I know.
I didn't know this. So the little turtles that shoot fire, that fire can destroy the bouncy boxes.
You also notice as well that oh, I nearly jumped off there. So the cupids as well, we'll see when we go into Lofty Castle, their arrows can break things. Because there will be you'll see the moments where you'll see fairies that are caged up inside of like little cages. I don't really focus much on them when going down to the bottom section in Lofty Castle, but you'll see that the cupids can actually destroy them. So you could use them to manipulate that if you want to put that within a route, but I never do. But yeah, sometimes enemies can be a friend. In Misty Bog, they definitely can be, because the boars can actually help kill enemies for you, which I generally use after the dragon.
Do you have a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have broken 700 pounds!
Woo!
Woo!
I would clap right now. Imagine I'm clapping.
Yeah!
There we go. There we go.
So thank you for the £10, Geomancy, with the comment, let's go! Let's go indeed.
Yeah.
£700 hype. Let's get to 1,000.
Yes. Let's keep on going, folks. Getting a few little frame rate hiccups, and now I'm going to play backwards. Oh, see that?
Very nice.
Now, I would have done Dreamweaver's jump. I'm not a fan of Dreamweaver's jump in 50.
Neither. I'm not a fan of it at all.
Yeah, I'll be honest. In console and on 60 or anything above 30, it's not a nice trick to go for. In 30 on PC, though, it's actually quite easy for some reason.
So basically, you'll do, but there's a similar. It's similar to what you're about to do.
Yeah, it's
here.
similar to what I'm about to do here. Oh, by the way. So you see I've got that Sparks thing on the screen. Hopefully it's still there. I'm going to try and do triple input.
Oh. This seems like you're wasting. There we go.
There we go. Nice triple input. Oh, come on, game. I'm trying to do some swag points right now. It's not working.
It's a bad place to do triple input, because here you need to be very precise to hit these.
It's only really to get the thing moving.
So while those enemies were big and they were metal, so you can't, if they're big, then you can't charge them. If they're metal, you can't flame them.
They're sort of invincible to Spyro, which is a shame.
Now originally you could just sort of get around them. I mean, obviously you couldn't here because you need their gems.
Yeah. Yeah, in any percent you can kind of manipulate them to sort of flick you up. Sort of like a proxy, but sort of not. It's like half-half. It's more like a damage boost, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's... Right, final flight.
Yeah, this is the final flight. Good old Icy Flight. Now, Icy Flight's an interesting one because it's good and it's bad.
Yeah.
I say it's good and it's bad because it's good because it's got a nice, clean route. I reckon there is a way to make it faster. I just don't know how to do it yet.
Again, cycles.
Yeah, and again, yeah, it's all down cycles again. However, these lanterns, right, their hitboxes are awkward. Specifically this one I'm just about to come up to in a moment. I hope I get it. There we go. See, I had to bonk there. I wouldn't normally would bonk and just, glide beside the side of it.
Then you're risking having to do an entire cycle round again.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, what I generally do with this route is get the level done within a minute in game time.
That's the goal.
The only problem is you have to sit and wait through the animation. Now, I've had a chat with another runner. Shout out to Toasted Cat. To see if we can have a little look at trying to incorporate an animation skip, but we can't really find... It's sort of a bit awkward because to do that, we also have to kind of waste the same amount of time it takes to skip an animation to get to it, so we might as well just sit through this animation and then, skip. There we go.
Under 1 minute. Good job.
And now next up is Lofty Castle. Now, I'm not a fan of Lofty Castle. It's one of those levels that's sort of all over the place.
It's grown on me a little bit as I've been learning.
I love the music for it, though.
Yes, good. I mean, the whole game has good music.
Now, there's also a thing I've got coming up here, which there's also a whirlwind skip. This very first whirlwind, I'm going to try and see if I can skip without needing to go up it.
Oh yeah, I know.
You can literally just hop up, and if you can get it at the right point, you can hop up and completely forget about the whirlwind that's behind them. Because that would save you at least a good 3 seconds, I'd say, going up that.
Whirlwinds are very slow.
This
level has quite a few of them, in fact.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I think that's the only one you can skip.
A little bit.
Obviously, it depends. There's so many routes through this level, going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I'm going to do a Death Abuse route through this.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that. That was not the skip I thought you were going to do.
No. I'll try it again.
I thought you were going to jump from that platform up to
You can do that platform, but I try and go for that platform. I'll try the other platform anyway, because you can make that. That one is possible. There we go. Game was like, I don't know if you saw for a split second, the game was deciding, Nost, are you going to make that? Are you not going to make that? Let me decide for you. And it was being nice for once.
I mean, you'd already messed it up twice. I felt
it gave me a bit of faith there. Right, I'm going to flame that, because then I'm going to come back down. Come up around here. Backwards platform.
This level is entirely full of cycles from all those. There's enemies that are slow you rising and falling.
There's also an invisible wall here that doesn't go down unless you get that whirlwind up, which is a pain.
Maybe I think there might be some trick where because when does the wall come down? Is it as soon as the whirlwind starts? 'Cause in that case, maybe you could jump across while the whirlwind is about to appear.
Yeah, but when that happens, it's from the whole platform. You do get whisked up from it. It's a bit awkward. But well. We'll keep on going.
wait for it to be low. And
Low.
then all the way back up.
Do you have time for a donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jinshay1001 has donated £10 saying, "You can do it, Nost." Woo!
Thanks,
Over
Jen.
£700 and hypo.
And this time you don't need to wait for the for it to spawn, since you went back and picked up all those gems from behind you.
So this is where I'm going to go back and do that death abuse in a moment.
Okay.
Getting you, Senny. You'll see why in a moment.
Ah, I just made it.
I see you, foe. I see you.
Oh, you do this section now.
Yeah, do this section now. Now, I was also thinking, save this section to last, because I know a lot of routing does
Yeah, I
that.
can do that.
But instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this section now. Forget about the fairies, because, you know, going up whirlwinds are slow. And basically double back on myself is also a little bit slow. So I'm going to do Death Abuse now. Yeah, this might lose me a little bit of real time, but for loadless manipulation, you go all the way back to Uzeni. And then, what's this? Oh yeah, you're at the top of a supercharge, so what am I going to do?
You basically go anywhere.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to carry on going up along here. Straight to Baruti like that.
Very nice.
Because I'll be heading on back around getting that Cupid anyway, so I'm going to head on back around there.
This means I have now got no idea how many gems you're supposed to have.
Really?
Yep.
So when I get to the section towards the end, I generally would have a count of 359. And again, sorry Toasted, I'm not going to do the route I did yesterday. I'm going to do the route I normally do. Just so I, showing the gem count 359. And then before getting to the last bit, you should have 385 as well.
Yeah, I know that one. Because
Yeah.
I know there's 15 right up there.
So yeah, I'm just going to do this section just to show gem count. Getting these puffed up birds, we call them turkeys in community. They're not turkeys, we just like calling them that. There you go, 355. Now I know I'm on gem count.
I thought you should save the turkeys for last, because you'll see.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toasted, what he does, his route, he generally comes off here and then starts getting the
Because if you do that, then this skips the waiting for here.
exactly. Exact logic there. And I'm just going to do Vortex or Swag. I don't
How does
normally
that
do that.
compare in various timings? Because there's real-time, loadless, and...
Now, Loadless, what Loadless does, Loadless auto-splits when entering a Vortex. So that's why going into the Vortex there sort of, is quite quick.
So it does depend on which version you're playing and how you're timing it, but
Yeah.
which one you want to do.
I'm a little bit scared. Oh no, I'm on gem count. At this point, I need 274. I thought... Well, thank you, game. I deserved that.
Yeah. There's 15 on the last bridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's 50 on that last section. Here we are, we're getting towards the end. What's my time? 126.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you even know the right timing is in RTA?
Eh?
Do you know what...
Well, what my estimate for timing is.
Oh, I
So
see.
I know my estimate I put is 155, but I know I probably can finish this probably within 145. So it'll probably be 10 minutes spare.
All right.
Well, there we go. Now I'm Sparksless and Jack. Let me restart that again.
Yeah, I think
I'm not going through Jack Sparksless.
of all the
You
levels, it's
you
not the
cast a
one.
curse on yourself there, my friend.
I know. I think that's another £5 should come out of my wallet for that. There you go. That's probably
Are you
racked
going
it up.
for a seven? Yeah.
It's probably racked up to 30 now. Whoops.
Oh.
That's fine. I'll
So
go.
going for those 7 right there is a bit of a risk. Ah, that's interesting. I don't go for those. I pick those up while I'm waiting for the platform on the left to rise
All right.
later on.
Do you do this?
Yes.
One cycle cake. I love one cycle cake. One layer cake even. That's what we call it. Now, oh nuts! I forgot to look at the quit the you can basically quit the game and head on back in, and you can basically warp all the way back to the beginning of the level for this. But what I do, I'm just going to follow off of the OG route
Yeah.
and just basically carry on along here. Skip the dragon, and after I've done Jacques, come back to the dragon. Jacques is the scariest boss I've ever seen in like any of the Spyro games, I swear. Look at them. What is he?
One day they're going to patch that, and you're going to bonk, and you're going to die.
Oh, what, that bit?
That.
The clip. Oh, yeah. That good old clip. I love doing that. Yeah, well, the thing is, though, will they really patch it now it's on PC? Because there are things they have not done to this game now they put it on PC. I think they've actually just put it there and be like, okay, let's start working on the next game. Fingers crossed it's another Spyro game, which if so, I'll be making sure to speedrun that one as well. Right, so now I basically come down here, just like that. I like, from this point as well, I generally like to play the game from like top down. It's a bit weird doing that, but you know, 3D platformer. Controllable camera.
It's just a faster way to do it when you've got a map in a circle like this. Ooh. That was a very early fall. Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Watch this.
Oh, of course, because you don't.
And then,
go. Ah, okay, yeah. Our routes have converged.
yes. And that's Unica. That will be the final dragon from Dreamweavers. We're heading towards the end of the run now. Well, not the very end, but like, no, last hurrahs, I suppose.
It's such a shame we skip all the dragons, because I love the Dreams Worker.
Yeah, the cutscenes in this game. I will be honest, this game, casually, is a stunning game. Like, it's for, if you play every single cutscene and take in every single level, it is an absolute art piece. When it comes to speedrunning, though, there's a few things about it that's, it's a little bit cryptic. So, if, like, for example, FPS-tied physics,
Yeah,
that's something, isn't it? That is absolutely something.
Have we had any big FPS type physics, like tricks yet, or?
Are you ready to go?
Yes. In any % no balloon escape on... No, not no balloon escape.
Sorry, I meant in this run, have we had?
Oh, in this run, FPS type physics tricks. Well, no, but again, FPS type physics to break cycles, I suppose, but not exactly tricks.
Oh, okay. it's just
Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong. I know that any %, the new any %, which has balloon escape, you have to do that in 60 because there's a certain trick you have to do in 60. It allows you to flutter butter, as what community calls it. But again, that's a different run for a different day. Come on, Hack, I don't want to talk to you. I don't like talking to that balloonist because he can softlock you.
I've never seen that. I've talked to him many a time, but I've never...
He can softlock you. If you basically input that if you leave the level too quick by inputting like going up and down, if you manage to basically skip all that dialogue while the game, you've basically tricked the game to lock all inputs. And when you do that,
okay,
you then enter Dreamweavers or any other level not being able to do anything. It's an actual, like, proper soft lock.
So obviously they don't want you moving about or pausing during the...
Exactly.
balloonist,
Like, they don't want you moving during, like, dialogue scenes and that. Which generally tricks you want to do if you're doing things like, fairy storage and that. So here we go. Here's North Cove. Now, this is where difficulty, the difficulty ramp definitely shows. Within North Cove, there's mainly, these barrels and a lot of movement differences. Twilight Harbor, which is the level after, you'll see a lot of, I suppose, enemy differences. Like, when it gets really, really tricky. And then you've got Nasty. But the hard thing in that is the thieves, I'd say. The cycles for, well, mainly the thieves, I'd say.
I have more trouble with getting to Nasty on time than getting to the Thieves on time. Just in 120.
I would say for Nasty, it's quite difficult trying to do it in 1.5 cycle.
Yeah, that's the challenge.
Yeah,
One
that
half
is
cycle.
that is the challenge. I'm gonna give it a go. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I should. Oof! What a squish.
That seems very unfair.
Yeah, but let's see if I can try.
You just got smoked.
Yes, proper
Good job.
smart.
I did not know that.
Did you not know that
No,
existed?
I usually just charge up onto the gangway.
There you go. See, I'm teaching my couch here as much as when my commentary goes to absolute pot. Oh, and then I got hit there. Nice.
Yeah, the barrels don't lose their collision quite as fast as you'd want them to.
Yeah, and actually, their physics are timed to frame rate, by the way.
Oh.
In 30, they are more like
That'll be why.
They're more like proper projectiles, like when you charge them. Sort of like that. In 50, it's a little less. That's a purpose path there. I don't like the way that's programmed.
It just doesn't look nice, man.
But in 60, and actually some of the Norks that come up a little bit later, they don't fully fly, but in 30 you can use their like, you know, projectile physics. Like this bit coming up here. Like they don't move very far, but in like 30 they properly like.
Oh, you death abuse after this dragon?
Shall I? I think I should.
Yeah, I think it's probably for the best here. I mean,
Just to get Sparks back.
Yeah.
I know Sparks is down at the bottom, but it's quite essential to have him around
Yeah.
about now. Plus also I'm facing these guys here. And then, see that bit
that
there.
was very strange.
That is a 50-60 problem. In 30, those barrels will, like, you know, they will projectile and then hit the other Norks in front of them. Which is sort of why I kind of like doing it in 30 a little bit, but 50 is sort of not as bad.
Yeah, 50's loads of little time saves, and those then a big time was there.
Yeah.
Well, not that big, to be honest.
Right, now technically I'm doing another keyless here. Coming up to this bit here.
Oh.
Because you've got a barrel here you can just do that to. Just like that.
Yep.
Who needs keys? However, to be fair, you do still need to go around this section.
It saves hardly any time, because if you head right back here, the key is just... Oh,
Yeah, it's gone.
the key's gone!
Key's gone! Where's the key gone?
Usually there's a key back there.
See, that's the one thing. If you get the key before doing keyless, you do. It still comes up with its, you know, appearance on the screen. But if you do keyless before getting the key unloads from the game.
So that means you're not doing 120% anymore,
No,
right?
no, no. It's still 120. I've
Okay.
still got all the gems. Keys aren't collectibles, right? Right. I don't think they're collectibles. Right, and then this chest. Thank you, game. That's the one time where it homes in automatically after you discharge that. It's quite nice.
I've accidentally flamed one of those before, and
Really?
you've just got to wait for them to go pop out all over the place.
In OG, you have to charge and then try and stand in a specific position for the fountain to home in.
Oh.
It's really awkward, but it's quite, it's sort of clever. There's a skill floor to it. Right, here we go. This is Twilight Harbor. This is probably where enemies get a little bit annoying, just like that. And hopefully I don't game over. But don't game
They've
over.
edited all the enemies to be... They used to all have proper guns, but now they've got these Splatoon things.
Splatoon guns, because Dorito guns aren't good enough anymore. That's what they used to be in the
Oh, yeah,
original,
of course.
little Dorito guns.
For people in the audience that are just curious or not, we do have some free Monster if you would like to get some out of the fridge. You're completely welcome to it yourself. Pointed to by Fozon.
Thank you, Fozon.
Yeah, and here's another weird bit where there's lots of different routes, but are different depending on what game you're running.
Yep.
Because, sorry, what console you're running? Because whether you're counting the loads and the deaths or not.
Right, now I'm going to do this section here a little bit weird. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to flame that. I'm going to attempt, this is something I've been trying to learn recently, I'm going to try and attempt to do another supercharged manipulation. On the second time round when getting the indestructible chest that I ran
yes, I know
past
what
near
you're
the
talking
rats.
about. Yeah.
Alright, hopefully I can get this one on time.
This one's as normal.
Yeah, this one's as normal, this one's, you know, same as usual.
So I think depending on, I think this death abuse might be bad depending on what you're running on.
Yeah. Oh, I just realised, I've only got one life left.
No, you get loads of lives in. Oh.
There goes projector. Even that one's 0 lives. You know what I mean now?
I didn't realise how low you were.
I'm going to get the one up anyway, just because I don't want to risk any
That's probably-
nastiness.
If you run out of life, you get kicked back to the whatever
The home world, yeah.
So not only just
So I'm
the
going
start
to
of the
do,
level.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to go wide.
Oh,
Charge
I haven't
all
seen
the
that.
way back.
That's very impressive.
Get this guy, because he's mean.
'Cause otherwise, you have to do another death abuse. to wait for
Exactly.
that.
So technically, when I went to go and get that one up, I've just wasted time doing that now. But folks, what do you want to see? A finished run that gets within estimate, or a an awkward run, an awkward runner running guns, wearing a Spyro costume. Need I say more? Still, we're getting to this last bit.
Bit of a gauntlet in casually, but handled that very well.
Nice glide around for those. Last 2 gems, done.
Hooray.
So, now we have the very last 2 levels to come up here. Well, technically, this level we're just about going to is the penultimate level.
Yes.
This is Nasty Nork. He's our final boss of the game. Now with Nasty, I'm going to try something. Nope.
Oh.
Going to try another flying skip, because again, we've got a very long flight coming down here. But with Nasty Nork, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and get these thieves nice and quick. Get the last lot of gems before getting to Nasty. They'll have a gem count of 179 before getting to Nasty, and then I'm going to try and do 1.5 cycle. 1.5 cycle is very, very tight. Literally, I'll know if I've ruined it, because it's very, it's very on point. If I miss it, I miss it. You know what? We'll carry on. And then we've got some tasty loot, which you've probably never seen before. I mean never seen before is in, the trick I'll show you. Okay, I'm not meant to miss that thief, but sure.
So you meant to, because the thief charges off at an angle. You know exactly where he's going and can...
Tell you what, I'll start getting gems now, because why not? I'll let him reset back to his position. I'll try and get him again.
There we go.
There we go. That's like an any percent strat, that is. Good old any percent. I'm going to get this chest as well, because I don't trust myself. I trust myself going back, that is. Come on. Come on. He has a nice window, though, yeah. That's a good thing. You still need to get all these gems along here.
So it doesn't waste any time to miss the first one, as long as you don't have to go round the second cycle.
Exactly. So now, here we go. This is our first lot to Nasty Nork. Now, with Nasty, I have to try and stay as close as I can to him, and there are a few gems I will miss. Now, the reason why is because this is for the 1.5 cycle route. If I can stay nice and close.
There's a yellow gem, you don't see it right now.
I miss him. I have to miss him.
That's the first one you miss on the 1.5 cycle here. Because it takes a long time. So hopefully you'll get there before he starts running away again.
Yes! Yeah, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
Yes! Nice.
So now you just have to clean up all the
Yep, now I have to just clean up these gems. This is good time save here. That will be like at least 10 to 15 seconds compared to having to do another cycle all over again. Cool. Right. Now we're heading up to this last bit to the boss. Still not the end of the run, because then we've got the... that would mean we would have done 100%. But it doesn't mean we've done 120%.
Right, if you die in this section, it's a good 1.5 time loss. You've got to pick up all those thieves, you've got to chase him back up here again.
Let's make sure that don't happen. Done this section too many times, no, it shouldn't happen. There we go. But there we go, that is the final boss done, but it doesn't mean the run's over. Also, who likes credit skip? I like credit skip because in Reignited, all we do to skip credits, you mash triangle.
In the original, you have to die after you've killed Nasty Nork.
After doing a ridiculously hard proxy trick. Also, do you like Magnus? I like this dragon here, but the shame is we can skip him. Just like how we skip Nestor. Jump at the very beginning.
Yeah, you did get it. I'm never sure. When I see that jump, I'm never quite sure whether you've got it or not.
And there we go. This here is our final level. Now, I don't know if you've seen what I'm about to do.
I have seen this trick, but I haven't been able to do it before.
Okay. So, this is what's known as a height cap break. What I'm going to do is I'm going to completely forget about all the thieves in this level, apart from one. Getting him will allow me to unlock a door that opens up every single thing in the game. So here we go. Come on, Spyro. Turn your camera. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going to set up again. Tries one more time. Come on. Maybe not first try, but that's because the camera is being mean to me. No. I'm shaking now. Hold on. Ugh. The nerves at the end of the run. Come on.
This is like a minute time save almost.
Yeah, it's over a minute. It's like a minute and a half. Here we go. Oh, come on, game. Come on, game. So now what I'm trying to do, you can basically use your controller to confuse your inputs. And by confusing your inputs, you can kind of manipulate,
There we
doing
go.
it like that. So now this thief, I shouldn't be able to get to right now. He should be doing his whole entire cycle, but now I can just do this.
There we go. So usually what you have to do is you have to collect a thief, get a key from them, and then get a little bit more height, and from there you can glide slightly further, higher up, and get a different thief and get a little bit more height. And it
See,
just goes on and on.
this
and on.
route basically saves at least 1.5 minutes compared to the last route. So doing this is like absolutely run-defining now, which also is a big staple compared to OG, because in OG you just have to carry on, you know, as the game intends, and then follow that route as quick as you can. But now we can just, you know, we can fly to the highest global height cap, so we can just get every single gem now without needing to worry about thieves and keys.
Of course, I should mention, in this level you can super glide, like in
Yeah,
flight
yeah,
levels.
it's unlocked for you. That's a good thing with having free flight within levels like these, is you can abuse height cap breaking.
I
which
was
is really
confused
handy.
for a minute why you weren't chasing that thief.
Don't need to.
I'm not very...
Yeah, don't need to. That's the thing. Within those routes, you can generally, you would use that fan chest to get that
Yeah.
thief, but no, you don't need to. Same with this guy. Don't need to worry about him. Just get all these gems. Coming up towards the end.
I wonder what happens if you get multiple keys at once.
I don't know. Maybe I've never tried. I don't want to try. I know this one time I've broken the game, or I've managed to reapply a height cap. Right, heads up. Time is when I enter the vortex after collecting 2,000 gems. And get this bit here. Get that bit there.
Oh.
Right, here we go.
Yeah,
2,000. So time is coming up. Time.
Way.
Oh, and you got the sub 145.
Oh, get in.
1:44.26 is your overall time.
Get in.
Good job.
Very nice.
Right, I'm going to do a nice quick in-game time check as well, just to have an idea about how nice this run went. I'm going to have a feeling it's a 115. 115, 116. Yeah, 115.
Good enough, yeah.
There we go. See, that wasn't terrible, but not bad either. Well, not brilliant, but not bad either, really. Awesome. Thank you for watching, everyone. And thank you, Zaga, for being, you know, my awesome couch. You know,
I'm glad I could help.
yeah, you've been brilliant, man. Cool. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I'm over on my channel at Nost TW. I do loads more Spyro speed runs. I'm still going to be cracking on because I'm going to be going to Quick Cage sometime next month. Hopefully, run get in for that. If you want to see some fast Purple Dragon, head over to my channel there at Nost TW. Thank you so much for the donations as well, everyone on my side. You've been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, and next up, I believe, will be Foe, who will be doing some Sonic DDR, which, I'm sorry, it's amazing. Actually, next level, like, speed running, I'll be honest. It's awesome. Brilliant. Right, that's the end of me